off with local news. New York City Council member Vanessa Gibson partnered with the Street Vendor Project, providing assistance to the residents of Butler houses. Our reporter Arlene Makoko was in the field, and she brings us the story right now.
I ain't gonna lie, it's been hard.
Hard since COVID-19 shut down the economy, leaving so many out of work, including Leonard Seeley here, grateful to the Street Vendor Project, and New York City Council member Vanessa Gibson, both letting residents here at the Butler houses know they care.
We're giving out water bottles. As you can see, we're giving out hand sanitizer. We're giving out face masks.
And along with that, healthy meals.
We're giving out halal and Spanish meals that are prepared by one of our street vendors right here in the Bronx.
A lot of people don't have food, and a lot of people can't afford to get things because of the job and the pandemic. So therefore, we are very grateful that the councilwoman coming here today.
Tenant President Cornell Knowlton also here to assist in giving out over 500 bags, not only filled with a meal, but also information on resources and programs.
We always want to make sure that we are supportive of families that are in need. As we prepare for schools to reopen, we also want to make sure that we're providing opportunities for our children. And so here at D4 at Butler Community Center, we do a lot of work around literacy, GED, job preparation, resume building. There's an after-school program here. We're doing a lot for all the residents here at Butler houses.
Along with providing weekly meals for residents, they've opened space for children within the complex enrolled in the New York City Public School Blended Learning Program. For more information, go to council.nyc.gov/district-16 or call 718-588-7500.
So in a complex with 2,000 units and 6,000 residents, a day like today can really mean a great difference. Here in the Morsani section, Arlene Makoko for BronxNet.
And thank you, Arlene. Turning to educational news, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio announced delays with in-person learning at city schools. Schools will be open in phases over the course of the next couple of weeks. Our BronxNet reporter, Darissa White, brings us the story as well.
The opening of city schools will be delayed again. The mayor announced Thursday that in-person learning will be phased through the next couple of weeks. In the briefing, the mayor agreed with his constituents, parents, and educators, saying schools are just not ready yet.
Although they acknowledged that some real progress had been made, that not enough had been made, and more had to be done to make sure that things would be as strong as they needed to be.
Natalie, a concerned parent, raised concerns about sending her children back to school so soon. She believes the Department of Education and the city isn't prepared, so she opted for the remote learning approach.
I would prefer to teach them and make sure that they're safe at home than send them to school and not know what's going on.
Valid concerns that the mayor listened to.
As a result of that meeting, we talked through what it would take step by step to get things right for in-person learning and, of course, remote learning as well.
So, for parents that had planned to send their children to school next week, the city rolled out new phases. September 21st, 3K, pre-K, and special education schools will return to in-person learning first, followed by K-5 schools and K-8 schools on September 29th. Then, on October 1st, middle schools and high schools will return. Along with the phases, the mayor announced that the DOE will add 2,500 more staff, in addition to the 2,000 that was already announced.
2,000 originally, 2,500 more. Grand total of 4,500 additional educators being added into our schools and classrooms immediately.
But for Bronx teachers like Daniel Gannon, he says he's not convinced that the city is even ready for in-person classes at all.
If I had children, would I send them to the buildings right now? Absolutely not. I don't feel safe for my own health, right, going into my building. And I certainly don't feel like my students and their families have enough of the vital information that they can make a really clear and conscious decision that they're going to come in here.
For the largest school district in the U.S., the mayor considers this progress, setting a precedent for the rest of the nation. But teachers still aren't convinced it's safe. Reporting for BronxNet, Darissa White.
And thank you, Darissa. And that's all the time we have for our Bronx updates. Stay with us. We got a full open show coming up right after this.